Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm currently about to get ready for work. Well, I'm already ready for work. I'm just about to be on my way. But I wanted to have a conversation before I went, and I just wanted to say that it's been a while since I've tried to be consistent with my posting. And I think that now I'm stepping into a more authentic experience of posting daily and things like that. So here's a life update. Uh, I have been working 3 jobs. Um, and I think that YouTube also being more of a creative space to release, it also has to be done like a job. Like I have to post, I have to create the content. So let's do a life update. I already said that I'm working 3 jobs. Um, yeah, that's what life has been. And I think right now, with gas being so high, um, you have to work. You have to work. Um, I think that there's also been people who have made it, who have been at rock bottom, especially like Doechii, right? Um, though she was sitting on her bed making music, and then all of a sudden. But I think that sometimes you have to get to that point of just not being fearful of your own talent and gifts. So I'm stepping into that today. Let's go. We're off to work. I almost forgot to give myself some candy. There's a lot of stuff on the counter. But yesterday, a mouse was in the closet. And so I think I have like PTSD from opening up the closet and seeing that there was a mouse there. As you can see, I have glue traps there. Yeah. And there was like wood shavings all on the outside of the door. Right? Like it was all there. That was pretty, yeah. It was PTSD from seeing that there was a mouse in the house. But when I say that, I mean like I still am like, oh my god, like is it there? But no, I put some glue traps under the stove, and so it was caught last night. Well, to this morning, no, yeah, last night. Anyway, I'm about to get my food that I got from the store, and we're about to get ready to go to work, so we won't be, late, and we have time enough to feel like we're not rushed. So I give myself an hour or at least 45 to 30 minutes to get to work, and sometimes it's only not that much. I literally considered taking my Llamarita to work with me. Baby, I be all right on the clock. Some of y'all don't. Ooh! But nah, I ain't gonna do that. I gotta manage these people and manage myself. Amen? Amen? Thank you. I actually get in it. Don't she look nice? Don't she look nice? She does look nice. And she needs about $20,000 worth of work. Anyway, girl, yeah. This vehicle worth it's like $20,000 worth of work got to be done to it. I guess it's already like $4 because I got to pay for premium. I gotta pay for premium gas. Fuck. Premium gas. It's already fucking high. Anyway, that was enough of that. Let's get ready to go. I want to show y'all the mouse. Though. I think I flipped the trap over last night so that it wasn't visible. I just want to show y'all that the mouse was caught Yeah, I did flip the trap over because I just didn't want to see it like um yeah, poor mouse. Um but it's better out of the house than inside of the house. So, period. Yeah, so that's like one of the like spots from the antifreeze leaking. I should have showed y'all before I filled it up, but this thing was kind of bone dry. This is the antifreeze or coolant reservoir. It's currently leaking out so much coolant that I have to fill it up either every day or every other day. And it's so annoying. Yeah. So I know some people may be saying to get a new vehicle, but I really love my Range Rover and I just want to fix it. If you're asking, no, I'm not rich. And no, I don't have $20,000 to get the Range Rover fixed. So, there is someone that can at least put a new water pump in there for $400. Yeah. You can't take my plug, okay? They're my plugs, but they're also my brother's plug. Anyway, I also don't get, enough views yet to monetize so much that I can afford $20,000 off of one check. Yet, remember I said yet, so it's in the manifestation pool. A bitch is manifesting, But yeah, for real. I'm hopefully trying to get that fixed. I'm hopefully going to do it with my check that I get paid with, very soon. But $400 is a lot, and especially when a girl I like to eat and a girl I like to spend money on other things that I probably shouldn't be spending money on, but I also need those things. Like, I just bought me a steamer, and I need it because these clothes that I'm wearing right now, they're unsteamed, and so they're a little bit wrinkly. But who gives a fuck anyway, I still don't have enough money to fix my Range Rover that I want to fix, so yeah. But I'm working on it. I'm currently heating up some chicken and hash and rice from 518 Smokehouse in Chapin, South Carolina. I tried them. 518 Smokehouse. Oh, this is nice.
They're too loud. Yes. And they ain't gonna want to when they go to and them children be dropping food all over the floor. Like Mexican restaurant or they want the outside too. There you go. Thank you, baby.
Make some room for y'all.
I got a big one.
Get some pictures of that.
Mm-hmm.
There.
And they're really good. Since I'm about to eat some food, let me see. Apple juice, white peach, white cran peach, and that is cranberry apple. Got some water, almond milk. Well, looks like there's not really anything to drink in here, so looks like I'm gonna have to drink this Lime-A-Rita. It's 9:12 in the morning. Of course, I'm not going to be drinking a Lime-A-Rita. I have to go to work. And I got hash and rice. This isn't even all the way warm. Why would it just be sitting in the camera like that? I think it's asking for mouth to mouth. Anyway, I am I'm stepping into a new era. I can feel it. You know? Oh, my man takes me. So I've made it to my job. I'm currently dressed for work. Period. Alright. Let me put my stuff here in the Frigidaire. Oh, actually, this is a Avanti. Not in that one. Let's put it in this one. Got some candy in there. And then these are my smart glasses that I ordered off of, well, I got the idea from TikTok Shop, but I ordered these from Amazon. Because I do plan on making some content with them. I'm going to put them in there for now. As you know, me and my man, we talk every morning because, you know, he's in a different part of the world. So, you know, there's a time difference there. So, yeah, we were talking, and then I got to work. So that's why I didn't film between then and now that I'm at work. And so, yeah, let me get this shift done with. I am here from 10 to 7:30, so that's approximately 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's like 9.5 hours. So let's get this day over with. Yay! Yay! Period. So, I don't have long to talk to you guys, but I just want to say that I've been on my spiritual journey for a while, and today I had a moment of realization that we are human having we are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we are human, right? But when I think about like saying we, like we as in the collective consciousness, but collective consciousness, like consciousness is to me singular. So, but it's just a collective of beings. But all of these beings are in this one collective consciousness. So we're all sharing this one source of energy. And when we realize that there's just so much enlightenment in that knowing and that realization. And today I was just like, some sensors had dropped on the floor because I work at a clothing store, so our clothing has to be like censored just in case people try to, you know, steal or anything like that. But let me go back out. I didn't want her to have me like, you know, have me back here, and then, you know, she come back here like, bitch, you ain't fucking working. I'm making a video, you know, validating my spirit, validating my soul. But anyway, I wanted to say that I seen the numbers 1199. I just wanted to say that as I've been journeying on, or within my journey, I've just noticed that there's just such enlightenment and realization that you will always be connected to yourself. Like you will always be connected to spirit, because spirit is us. Like when people say we are God, I think that people are thinking like, people think that we are God in the idea of like we're a Christian God, but it's more or less like we are all a spiritual being, and that spiritual being is God, and that God lives within us, and once we connect to it, there is no disconnect from self. That experience always is going to be present. So I am going back to work now. I would love to talk about this more, but you know, being a human means doing human things also, even though I realize that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Amen. Shandalo, Ishandala, Kandala. And that's on Josephine Francine and the Three Little Foxes. So before I lay down and get some rest before I go to my other job, I just want to say that that's what I'm doing. I was gonna like just do this whole rundown. Like I ate. I have to like lay down as soon as I get home, kind of sort of deal, so that I can at least try to get like 2 hours or more for sleep when I, before I go to my other job. So I won't feel as, tired if I have to go to my main job after I leave that job. So I get off at like 7:30 at one job, and then I have to be at 12. I have to be at my other job at 12. So I work 12 to 8 there. And if I have to work at 10 o'clock in that morning, like I have to make sure that I have rest. But thankfully, I don't have to work at 12. I think I work at 1 o'clock, maybe 2. But anyway, I'll get some rest before I have to go into this job. So let me decompress a little bit. I sleep with my clothes on, so that way I can just literally, do what I have to do before I go to work, like maybe brush my teeth, freshen up, and then go there. So I will try to video again before I go to work. So as I start washing or cleaning the floor, mopping the floor, I was thinking about how I said I was going to record and I hadn't recorded yet. So I'll probably go outside for a little bit after I get done so that I can, just have a little breather and talk with you guys some more. Before we get closer, I ask if you love me, and when you just wrap me in your arms again, the adrenaline makes me shiver. Show me that you're genuine, that I'm safe again, and you came here different. No time to define, but before we get closer, I ask if you love me, and you just shrug your shoulders. Alright. I wanted to say, right, I'm outside. And if you didn't know where I work at a gas station, or truck stop, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something that I realized about healing. Being a healer. Like a lot of times, like people think that it's all like what it looks like. It's all what it looks like. Like when you are or call yourself a healer, that you aren't also doing healing on yourself. I think that most people get this look of healers as already healed. And I think that experiences with other people shows us that we're also healing ourselves. Like we're also doing the work. I haven't met a healer yet that isn't also doing work, but I also realize that once you get to that place of not being able to ask questions from other people or ask questions from other healers or people or just experience, then I have never met a person that's all the way healed, right? Because that's the whole purpose of life, is for us to heal and learn and love and enjoy the experience. But anyway, I wanted to talk about an experience that I was having with one of my really good Judies that I've known for almost 2 decades now. And we had a moment where he was like basically telling me, he was basically telling me like he was basically sharing with me some things that he was going through with his roommate, and basically saying that his roommate is privileged because his roommate has help from his family. And what it made me think about was, well, what is my friend or one of my really good friends experiencing that he doesn't feel supported? Like, because I know that his family is very supportive of him, but maybe not like his roommate is being supported. And in most cases, right? Hold on. I think I got a booger. Anyway, I'll wash my hands in a little bit. But we just talking, so mind y'all business about my boogers. Then we talking junk. Anyway, my friend, usually I'm very quiet about things that I feel towards people's situations. And in that moment, I just got this urge that I need to be honest with him. I need to be honest with him and tell him, hey, you're judging your roommate based off of him having help from his family, but maybe he hasn't learned the things that you've learned. Because he made some comments about how that's kind of like, he made it seem like it was immature to have help from his family, right? And my best friend, like, he doesn't even know that I paid off my bus. For you that have been like followers on my channel, then you probably know that I have a bus that I was planning on doing a bus build with, and I'm still kind of planning on doing it, but it's just like when things take too long, I'd be like, fuck it. But I'm trying not to be like that. I'm trying to be, more consistent with things that I say that I want, right? Well, anyway, the bus that I paid off, I actually had help from my grandmother. My grandmother is very supportive of me. She always has been, like, even through school when I was a musician, which I still consider myself a musician. I'm just not professionally getting paid for doing it at the moment. So when he said that, it not only triggered something in me, but it helped me to realize, like, one, I'm going to listen to my best friend because he's telling me something that he feels about his roommate, But I also felt like I didn't need to dim my light in the idea of, like, I didn't need to not tell him how I felt, because how I felt is a perspective from someone he actually loves genuinely. And if I hide that from him, then I'm not being authentic with him, somebody that I say I love, as a friend. And sometimes it's just like, you help other people when you're open with them and you're authentic with them, and then when you're not authentic, like, if I would have kept that from him, then that's just allowing him to stay stagnant. Like, and I couldn't allow that. Like, I have to be authentic with him. Granted, I feel like I didn't do it like, well, bitch, well, I'm getting help from my grandma, so what do you think about me? And I could have did it that way, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, we do talk to each other like that. And I think sometimes you have to talk to your friends like that for them to get that perspective. But I also feel like at the same time, I try to put myself in a place of just being like, I don't know, like, I always put myself in a place of being, maybe that's just inauthentic of me to not say it that way. But I don't feel like the way that I said it wasn't, like, I felt like I confronted a fear because I also was, like, saying that even though I was scared to say it. Like, I was scared to say it because I didn't want to be judged by my friend in that way, you know, that he was judging his roommate. Even though it's just like, I know that when it comes to your friends and people that you love, you try not to judge them on that same scale. But it's just like, that's what I mean when I think about us being a collective consciousness. We all have similar experiences. They may not be exactly the same, but they're similar. You know, I have people that support me, and it's still like this compassionate side that was wondering, why does my friend not feel supported, you know? But it's also about fighting those fears, asking for help when you know it's also about asking for help when you know you need it. And that's what I did this past week. I may not have told people exactly what I needed help with, but when I needed money, is also like a conversation that I was having with the divine. So I work by a busy highway. So look, hold on, let me see. Y'all see? I work by a busy highway. So anyway, this is bothering me. All these damn hairs. Shit. I gotta trim these motherfuckers because they just long for no reason. Anyway, back to, y'all probably like, he all up in his nose. Yes, and I sure am, because like, why is they poking out like that? Anyway, I feel like I was gonna say, like, your covenant with God or your relationship with God is also about telling God your needs and praying about it and showing up for yourself and dropping that veil. And that veil is fear, because once you release that veil of fear and you realize, like, hey, I'm gonna just be upfront. If I need the help, I need the help, you know, and ask for it. But it's also like asking God and telling God, like, hey, God, I need help. I need assistance. I need guidance. And it's about being able to be vulnerable enough to ask God. Be vulnerable enough to ask your loved ones. If you love them and you see that they love you, why not ask them? And if they're judging you in some type of way that you don't like, you have to leave it to God. You have to leave it with God. And that is very tough when we live in a experience that teaches us to be fearful of being judged. But everybody always said, only God can judge me, only God can judge me. But until you live it, until you live that phrase, you know, those are just words. So I don't know how, like, I think I did tell y'all earlier, I purchased some smart glasses, and maybe I didn't tell y'all, but anyway, I'm telling you now. I purchased some smart glasses, and I want to see if I can program them, how much they charge, all of that good stuff. So I actually have a pair of prescription glasses at home. So I thought about getting the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, but these don't have prescription in them, which is okay.
Hello, welcome.
Good morning, how you doing?
Hello, welcome.
And I can charge them. At least I can charge them. Okay. Got a little thing to wipe them with. So I'm going to charge them, and then I might try to create some content with them. Alright, I'll be back, you guys.